So Cliff and Susan, I want to ask, let's say there is an artist that really wants to get into the country music scene. What advice would you give them?
I would say reach out to someone that you look at and you want to be like. You know, not everybody shares, but most people will want to see themselves. They see you and they also know that they started somewhere. So I would say don't be afraid to reach out to those who are doing it and then set goals and find people to help you with that and practice. Just treat it like a job. I always tell people there's not any claw that comes out of the sky and says, oh, you're talented, let me make you a star. You have to put the work in.
The obvious of practice more, take it more seriously. Because it can bring you actual full-time music career. You can support yourself doing it. It is worth it. What you're doing right now, it's all worth it.
I 1,000% agree. I mean, and you guys are the blueprint on making it happen. I really appreciate you guys taking the time and catching up with me and hanging out.
I know I can speak on behalf of a lot of artists in Arkansas that we look forward to your show every Sunday. And the fact that we hear our music on the radio, it is so awesome. And it's a great way for an independent artist who normally would have to play with the big leagues to be on a big station like this. And it's just really opened a lot of doors for all of us. So I know I can say that on behalf of Arkansas artists. Thank you for playing our music and creating an outlet. And it's just been, the feeling is mutual. I was so excited for you to ask for us to be here. So thank you.
No, we never are you.
You got to understand, Cliff has very dry humor, so yes, that's a joke.
I think we complement each other very well for the most part. She's very much the analytic mind, and I'm very much, and she is a creative mind for sure. She's an incredible watercolor artist, and she's an incredible musician. But I kind of hyper focus on my music. I'm very, I just can't stop doing that. She's a workaholic and I'm a musicaholic, I guess. Musicaholic, I don't know. I'm practicing all the time and I'm always writing or creating something musically. So we know how to complement each other
really well. Yeah, and I say stay in our lane. We figured out what works best. Like I do certain things, he does certain things, and we keep each other in check. I mean, the funniest things are I've learned that if he tells me something that I'm doing wrong musically, instead of arguing with him, I just know he's probably 9.8% of or 98% of the time he's correct. So I've learned he's got his, you learn who is good at certain things and lean on each other to make the whole package. And then, as we've been married almost 9 years now, it's like knowing how to resolve conflict and, that's, patience, all of the things that a typical marriage would, that survives, you learn each other and how to navigate. That being said,
we still have silent arguments on stage while we're playing and just by nonverbal, crazy looks or whatever.
Our true fans know when we're not happy with each other because it's all in the eyes.
Most people don't know, but we have a lot of followers and we're like, what was going on up there?
KSSN 96, it's Jess Jennings. We're hanging out with Cliff and Susan for the Homegrown Country Show. Now, earlier in the show, Susan, you said you genuinely just love hanging out together, which is super sweet. But I can imagine there are sometimes some creative differences. Like, how do you navigate and work through that?
I always say there's nothing better than doing what you love with the person you love for the people we love. I mean, life is just really great since we met each other. And so, balance for us is, number one, it's easy to be around each other. I would say we tend to work a lot, but when you love what you do, that is also not really work. And I know that's cliche to say that, but I feel that way about it. And so, like last night, he went out and had a beer with a friend and balance getting enough time away from each other to appreciate the times we do have together.
And that was just a couple hours, and it was enough. It's all right.
We figured it out, but I have to say we truly do love being around each other, so it's not hard for us to find a balance.
I swear, y'all are relationship goals. We've got more with Cliff and Susan coming up on the Homegrown Country Show. New music from Kelly Miller still ahead, and Copper Flats Golden will be next by request. Keep listening to KSSN 96. KSSN 96, it's Jess Jennings, and I'm super excited because we get to have a show with Cliff and Susan. They're co-hosting with me today. And how did you guys meet?
In 2016, Cliff and I were both booked at Willie D's to play a show together. He was playing guitar and fiddle. And so we met on stage, and I always tell people he had me at the Purple Rain guitar solo.
That one seemed to work. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty boring solo, actually.
No,
but, I mean, it's a great solo. It's a great song. Don't get me wrong.
Cliff over there, sitting on his throne so humbly. That is not an easy solo, sir. More with Cliff and Susan coming up. Here's brand new music from 7 South on the Homegrown Country Show on KSSN 96. 95.7 is KSSN 96. Hey, it's Jess Jennings. And you're listening to the Homegrown Country Show, a whole hour of Arkansas artists doing original music. And I have Cliff and Susan with me in the studio. Now, you guys get recognized all the time, especially with like the Arkansas Country Music Awards. Justifiably, don't get me wrong. But I mean, do you kind of strategize and put out new music to get those recognitions?
I love this question because it's not about the awards, but what the Arkansas Country Music Awards have done for the community in Arkansas and just the incredible talent in our state is created a bar. Like, it's like a goal. It's something that you can look toward and go, have a goal. I want to be nominated. What does it take to get there? And so it really pushes the artist to go, if that's something, which I love the integrity of the show. I think it's a great way to create this bar, this community as well, which is my favorite thing, is seeing friends and we've met so many and made so many friends because of the award show. But for us, yeah, absolutely. It's like, when's the deadline? Should we release this one and get it in for next year? Does it? So it helps you really kind of move the ball down the court. Any award show, to me, that's a good way to look at it. And then if you win or if you get nominated, it's absolutely rewarding and exciting, but it also just helps you continue the momentum in your career, whoever it is out there.
And y'all have hustled to make it happen. And I know you've got some advice for those that are wanting to get into the country music scene. And we've got that coming up, as well as one of my favorite Cliff and Susan songs of all time. Keep listening to the Homegrown Country Show on KSSN 96. KSSN 96, you're listening to the Homegrown Country Show. It's Jess Jennings, and I've got some excellent co-hosts today, Cliff and Susan, and you guys are working on a new album.
We've tried to set a goal for October. We don't have a particular October of next year. Not this year.
Yeah. We want to release singles. So we will be giving you all the singles
Yes.
and, a handful of singles before the full album drops. So giving ourselves enough time to do it methodically, but wrap the bow on it next fall.
Well, that is incredibly exciting. So can you kind of give me a hint as to what the overall vibe's going to be?
We want people to be able to dance and have a good time listening to our music, whether they know the song or not.
I mean, fast always. Just good dance. So think Brooks and Dunn, the album that put them on the map. Still keeping that traditional sound that we love, because, we love to lean into our musicianship.
Oh, yeah, you do. And y'all get recognized quite a bit with awards locally. And we'll get into that. Keep listening to the Homegrown Country Show on KSSN 96. Here's new music from Kelly Miller.
We did release a song for Granddad, which I believe you've played here on the show. And that was that resonated with a lot of people. That was a song that I had written about my late grandfather. And so we had got the opportunity to play on national television at Mike Huckabee's show. So the Huckabee Show, and he let us play 2 songs, and Fiddle and Keys was one of them. And then a song for Granddad was one that we did for their digital platform. And so we got that tape back, and we ran an ad on Facebook to just see how people would react to that song and Fiddle and Keys. Yeah. And that one took off like way more than Fiddle and Keys did. And I started realizing, I guess, how much it did resonate with people, and not just people that had lost a grandfather, but had never had a grandfather. They're like, this is something I've always, kind of dreamt of having. So this just really touched me. I was like, I didn't even think about that being a thing. So, but the biggest thing is, and there was the first comment. I've had, I think, maybe 2 people reach out to me now saying they've used it. But the first time I saw someone say, I love this song so much, my kids ask me to play it all the time. And just recently, I lost my dad, their grandfather, and the kids wanted that song to be played at his funeral to honor him. And so that was a super touching moment. And I still think about that. And it blows my mind that I've written a song about something in my life that resonated so much with someone that they would honor their family member with it.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It's very cool. I mean, and
that's
connect
what
with
music
people
is about,
digitally. These are people we may never meet, and to see that has been touching. And I think that's the beauty of music. That's really, truly the why behind all of it, I mean, I mean, there's plenty of fun stories, that we can tell, but that to me is like the biggest one, to start with.
I mean, that's what country music.
I know I can speak on behalf of a lot of artists in Arkansas that we look forward to your show every Sunday. And the fact that we hear our music on the radio, Kissin' Nonetheless, is just, it is so awesome. And it's a great way for an independent artist who normally would have to play with the big leagues to be on a big station like this. And it's just really opened a lot of doors for all of us. So I know I can say that on behalf of Arkansas artists. Thank you for playing our music and creating an outlet. And it's just been, the feeling is mutual. I was so excited for you to ask for us to be here. So thank you.